Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode from the AJs. And today's episode's how to become a billionaire.
No, that's not funny.
You said that earlier, but it's not funny anymore.
Okay,
Well,
no, you can't surprise me with that.
You know, I'm just going to cut this, saying how to become a billionaire, put it on Instagram. I'm just putting the hashtags, how to become a billionaire. And I'll give you the guide to become a billionaire.
I see. Are you gonna sell course of that out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually seems a good business plan.
Right? Like adding to business number 17.
Like how many business plan we make a day?
Well, like around 10 and ends up with 1, and that one we talk it with the guys behind the camera and becomes 0. That's the typical thing, especially that guy over there. I can't show you, but anyway.
That's actually that's funny because it's really good like to talk about like ideas. Like I love ideas. Like wherever we go, if someone's talking about an idea, talking about anything interesting, like it gets my attention. It's good to have good ideas around. Other than just talking shit and talking other subjects.
But okay, so how you build your ideas? What do you get inspired from? Is it like random things comes in your mind and just build it up and those kind of stuff, or why?
No, not really. Like it always depends. Like there's a lot of people like they say something like they did not mean it. For example, let's say they just talking about an experience. They talk about something happening in their day, and then something clicks in your mind, and then you just think about it like, oh, this might be a good idea. So it's nothing specific. It just happens by coincidence.
Well, I think there's never something called like a stupid ideas, because every idea, if you build it right, it will become something nice, right?
That's
like I like the thing in you when you bring it up every day. Like if you see something random in the street, you'll start to think, okay, how much does that person make, and how much demands he will make, and that's why we spend the day basically in the van when we're going to customers.
Right?
We're
spending calculating.
Okay, how much does that he makes, and then how many jobs you need to make like profitable, and then how we this kind of conversation, the daily conversations we have. It's nice. It's even our like the business we have right now. How it came up, it was so crazy. Like I remember it was like 9 p.m. sitting me, you, and my brother, and we're just talking randomly. And then it's like, okay, how does guy have his own business and I can't? Like I can't do it. And I was like, yeah, we can. And then it turned out to a challenge. You remember? And then we made it, okay, let's start with the name. Let's find the name. We immediately went and just start to searching names, and then we purchased the name in the same night.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like the way we started with this, we were kind of pissed about like how the previous company that we worked with, like how they were running it. And so we came up with the conclusion, you don't need to be a smart person. Like you don't need to be genius, like to start something or a small project, because we have seen a lot of mistakes, a lot of like there's a lot that they did before, or like it's messy. It was a very messy place, which is like that's why we come up to the conclusion like you don't need to be smart to doing this. Like you need to be consistent.
You don't need to overcomplicating it.
Exactly.
Right? It's just like if you take like you said the last episode, it's like if you start to take the step, things will come up to you, and
slowly you will have the answers.
Yeah, slowly you'll have the answers.
But we're not gonna talk about that today.
Yeah,
there's nothing prepared. Like we just start up with the camera and we say let's have a conversation, because that's the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
And
so conversation will just build up to me.
Yeah, right. So it's been a long day. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. What are you doing here? Like why don't you go and party?
Well, yeah, busy working. Like the thing is today, like both of us were very sick the whole week. Today morning, I was like about to just go home. You remember? And you just said like, yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah, I was like, you go home. Who's gonna pay the bill then?
Yeah, go home and who's gonna pay the bill? Yeah, it was so depressed moment in the morning where like I was like completely like out of like uncautious and very tired. And then I was like, yeah, let's just keep on. And then like thankfully right now I feel way better since the morning. Since we did something, we finished stuff, I feel already better. But like, let me get you this. Let me ask you this: what do you usually do on Friday nights? Like, I know what do you do, but like, I mean, like, what is there to do in a Friday night? It's 9 p.m. already. What is there other than night?
Yeah, it's very common. You know, like it's common in here. Like a lot of people, they're waiting for the weekend when the Friday comes in. Like they're working the 5 days, waiting for the weekend to come in, and they just go and waste it. Like just go party and go like drink a lot, and then the next day a hangover. Like what's the point? What's the point of having all those drinks and the next day you regret it? You know, I rather have a chill night with some friends and talk ideas. As we said, like if we sit in group of friends, let's say having a dinner, talking ideas, doesn't matter. Like not necessarily to be business ideas. Having any good thoughts, maybe plan a trip or plan something fun to do, or an adventure, whatever. Like give me ideas.
Well, like, look, everybody has their own taste, I would say, what they wish to do. Like, for instance, like nightlife, we already planned a business out of it, which is the small party we made for the Middle Eastern event. It turned out really good because you bring the right vibe to the right people. So it was already an idea. It's like, okay, most of people on the weekends go to, let's say, nightlife, and here when we come to with our group to think about it, and we made it as it was a small ideas. Small idea.
See, that's one of the ideas. We were just sitting and talking with a group of friends, and then it's like we're tired of, like, we don't want to party, but we still want to go have fun. You know, like we are humans. We want to have fun. We want to go out, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna stop partying, but we're gonna make parties. But yeah, that was the idea of it. It was just an idea, and then we started like to find a name, and then after that, like things became a little bit more serious. And like whenever you take an action, like think about it. Any idea that comes in your mind is just an idea,
right?
Until you do the first action. Like one action is gonna lead to the next and next and next, and eventually it's gonna happen. This all was a vision, and then we made it.
Well, if you think about it, like what kills the idea, like most majority of the time, I would think it's when we start to think about it realistically and compare it to other things, here starts to kill the idea. If we just, okay, there's an idea, I have it, then you start to search for it, and you bring let's say compare it to other things that has already existed, and here starts to decrease your interest with the idea, because there's a lot of competitors or a lot of things already in the market. That's how I would think about it, right?
I think any idea, there's both sides of it. Like there's the positive and there's the negative. Like if you never know who to share it to, right? You might share it to your best friend or the closest people to you, and they might not have the vision like the way that you see it. But it's good to share your idea. At the same time, it's not good. Like that person, it might motivate you and push you to proceed this idea,
right?
And then or the other person might just close the door. You know,
it's not like yes, of course, like 100%, I agree with that. But the thing is, like for instance, if I have my own idea and I'm not sharing it with you, I'm not sharing it with our group already. The reason is when you share it, you can build on it, but not, of course, not for everybody. It's just for the people who you trust their opinion, the people who actually care about you and wants to add to your things. Like if you think about it, like for the first episode, like before even we started this episode, we had a group chat about the first episode. Oh, what you can do better? Like we hear the comments, and if you don't know the people who's talking that, and you think they don't care about you, you'll take it as a hate. Because if you look at it from a different angle, you'll see it as a hate. But it's not. Like it's something they add to you because they care about your image or caring about your reputation or caring about you as a person, right? So those things is the best thing to have. If you are thinking alone and you don't have a backup, you don't have like people who you trust around you to add to your things, then here's becomes worse, or you're just not gonna do it.
Well, of course, I'm against the idea for someone who to be alone. Like, you know, this lone wolf that there is this idea is common here. Is like, I'm going to do everything by myself. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm a one-man team. No, I'm against that. Like, you competing against teams, you definitely need a team. So whatever we're doing now, like we didn't make it without a team. We definitely need a team.
100%.
And you need more than one brain, like to think with you. But yeah, that's the most important part, is to who you are sharing your ideas.
100%.
You will find the answers as soon as you share it, but you still gotta proceed it. But talking ideas, that's what leads you to good things instead of just like
100%.
trash talk.
You know, even
There's a lot.
you can get benefits from the trash talk. Like if somebody is talking about things are totally different than your opinion, then your brain starts to work. Even though an idea just being thrown in front of you, and you don't know who said it or who said that, but it makes you to think about it. Like what made that person to think that way? What made this comment to come up? Or why this angle of idea has been created? It has to be something before that made him to think that way, right? So anything could help you you can build on it, or you can just leave it and just leave the whole idea, right? But yeah, coming again to the Friday thing, right? You said about the like nightlife and those kind of stuff, like other than like what makes you think that people go to nightlife? Like what is the idea of it? Fun, friends, that, what else?
No, I think we are all struggling here. Like in Vancouver, the nightlife, or let's say the social life. Like, okay, weekend comes in. Like, what's the offers? There's no good option. There is no really good options other than like there's only the nightlife, the parties, and just going to a bar and have a drink. Which is, we are not into this. Like it's been a while. And but I think that's the option. That's the common thing.
100%. And also it's like you said, it's a social thing, right? People go there to meet new people, just to get to know each other. Like there's different ways to go here to meet new people. It's either you go to like social places, or like it's really rare to have in picnics or stuff to go randomly and talk to make friends. So I guess.
But do you think making friends in a nightclub is a good thing?
Of course not. Like, not of course not. Like if you look at it, what made you to go there in the first place? Is it to go there just to find like dating stuff, or what do you look?
I think it's mainly people go there mainly for dating. You know,
mainly for dating.
Yeah,
like dating in the club.
No, not dating in the club. To find someone, which is I am 100% against that. Like you will never find a good person in this environment. I know. I already hear in the background people now. I already. I can tell.
Speak.
I can tell.
What?
No, I don't want to sound like very negative based on that. But like you're going to into an environment like who's drinking, and you can't have a good conversation. Like there's nothing. It's like you just go and dance. Like how are you gonna have a good conversation?
Well, it's not a place for like. All right, so it's again. I gotta be careful on what exactly I say here, because I'm gonna get attacked from random people, right? Yeah. But the thing is, where you want me to answer you? Is it like the dating culture there, like in a nightlife, or just go there and make friends?
If you wanna make fun, have fun, just go spend time with friends group. Well, yeah. That's fine. But like if you want to find the person let's say you want to date or find a good person, I would say no. I wouldn't looking for in this kind of environment.
Right. But again, when you go to nightlife in general, what do you find there? You find like dancing cultures, people to get to know each other, not necessarily to be dating cultures, just like having fun, right? Like that comes down to the environment you are around, which is we are part of it, right? Do I think dating people and like getting people to date from nightclubs is the right thing? My personal opinion, no. I have a lot of reasons for that, which basically, for instance, like that's something I had a conversation before with one of the team here. It's why you don't like, for instance, you go there and why you don't date anyone from nightlife. Strictly because people who go there who's looking for attention. And if let's say hypothetically you dated someone from there, you're gonna stop to go to these places. Like my personal opinion, right? I don't. If I date someone from there, yeah, and then I'll stop the nightlife thing. Why? Because they're people looking for attention all the time. That's how the idea of it. You go there, like a single guy, single girl, they get to meet each other, or group of ladies go there and group of guys go there and start to mingle, right? That's the whole idea of it. That's why I'm against it in the part of dating culture.
No, I think in general, dating here is a struggle. Like a lot of people are struggling to find like a good match. In general, not only the nightclub thing. Like in general, like with the social media, with the bunch of influencers that we see, like the expectations nowadays is very different. As let's say, for example, like when a couple on social media, they're posting their life, they're traveling all the time, they're posting their morning routine or whatever they do. So everyone start to imagine like, oh, I want to have this kind of lifestyle, So every time you introduce yourself or you meeting a new person, like they want these things immediately. I mean, that's what I've seen me personally. Like they want an expectation without putting any effort in the beginning, which is, that's why it's a kind of a struggle. That's what I see.
Okay, yes. But look, like when we see the dating culture in general in the Western side, you see a lot of podcasts and programs has made specifically for these. I'm talking about the red pill and like green pill or purple pill they're talking about. Like, look, the idea itself, it's good of building the mindset of people, right? Or just like waking them up from the delusions or the social media traps and those kind of stuff. But personally, what I see in that is building conflict in the real life. Like you see a lot of guys, they're becoming rude to women, and women having expectations that are very, very high. I think that's what makes the conflict and current social life. Like for instance, now there is like certain ideas being made around which basically the dating and how to, like a man should provide, or the side of OnlyFans things is being around. They're only showing you a part. Like for instance, they're bringing a bunch of girls that they are from OnlyFans. They're not representing all women around, right? They're making the assumptions that this is the culture right now around, making the guys to be rude to the ladies, right? Because they're just making the assumption that everyone they are facing is the same thing around them. Does that make sense?
There's a lot of conflict. If you see, like when you see on social media, there's a lot of these dating coaches. Like there is, like, let's say there's a coach who's out in there who's talking about like, how to approach a woman. And then there is another side, how to talk with a guy or how to talk with the men's. And then they are different. And so you don't know who, like you as using the social media, you seeing these things, like these are totally different than each other.
Right. But if you look at it, they are bringing a lot of valid points in every single podcast. They're just focusing on one area, which is, it has valid points, right? But when you look at it into the bigger image, I'm looking at the bigger image. Okay, yes, you are telling guys you have to build yourself, be successful in that to be attractive to ladies, for instance, right? That's good. There's a lot, which is all men agree with it. And even ladies would agree with that. At the same time, you are bringing people that are not representing all women or not representing all guys, and bringing them in one table and talking about it, and let's say attacking their ideas. Immediately, the viewer would see it in different ways, seeing that, everybody looks like this, right? And that's the negative parts happening in the real life. Right,
it's changing the roles as well. Like when you're changing the roles, like so. Let me ask you this: would you pay at the first date?
Okay, so let's get back to this question after a small break. Okay, and I'll answer you this question in deep, right? Because I have a lot of comments on this kind of things because it's become so annoying to me. Right? Okay, I'll get back to you guys in a second here.
There's a lot. All right, we're back at it, and
welcome back.
Start with the question. What's your answer?
Yes, sir.
What's your answer, Habibi?
Habibi, man always should pay. Not the first, not the second, every time should pay. Like this is not questionable. Like my personal opinion. My problem, what I said earlier is, like I have a long answer for this. It's what, like why this question is being around online. Like why always people questioning about it.
First of all, I never pay. You know, they always should pay for me.
Who should pay for you?
The lady.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just messing around. Because you remember the other night we were at the Cactus and we had this one friend who was sitting right here behind the camera.
Right here.
We had a
He's laughing.
a heated debate. It's like about this specific subject.
Look, if you look at it, I hate the questioning about it or second thinking about it. Like, why should I pay or not? No, just shut the fuck up and pay. Like, what's the problem?
You shouldn't even be thinking about it, like,
right?
You gotta pay. It doesn't matter, first or 100 date, doesn't matter. You gotta pay all the fucking time.
Right. It's been like that's already the normal thing ever. If you think it'll be nice if the girl offered, it doesn't make any difference. Well, okay, she offered, then what?
It's like, oh, it's
You're
a good
gonna
gesture.
feel happy?
It's a good gesture or something.
Yeah, you're gonna feel happy.
Like his
gonna
point,
feel happy?
like his point, his point was like, oh, you gotta wait for the waitress to come in and then like to do the payment. And the point was like he's doing it in front of her, so he want to see or kind of a test if she wanna gesture like to pay at least or something, or to pay for half of it. He that was his point. Like he want to see like if she want to do that or not, or she's here just for a free dinner. So well, that was the case. I don't care if she's here for a free dinner, or like at least if I'm having a good time, even if I'm not having a good time, like she made an effort to come on the date, so I respect that. That's what it matters to me, right? So I gotta do it regardless. I'm not gonna wait for like to pay in front of her. I'm just gonna pretend to go to the washroom and pay the bill, and that's it.
Right. The crazy part is now is on social media already. It's just ruining the whole thing together, changing the ideas of dating, changing the ideas of men and women, how they should act. If you act that way, you would be like masculine, or if you act that way, you would be feminine. If you act that way, this is crazy. Like it's just been on the table in a crazy way, especially the equality part, right? Of course, there is things should be being talked between the man and the woman. Like it's agreement at the end. If you accept, I do that. If I accept, I do.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership, right?
Yeah.
But it's the ideas that's gonna be like now it's represented in social media, especially in the dates. It's not masculine to do that. It's not masculine to it's masculine to date a bunch of ladies or just to sleep with 100 women and then decide after that to make your choice. This is crazy. Like this is moral damaging. Like my personal opinion is moral damaging in that, right?
No, I think what is confusing, like as I mentioned earlier about all these coaches on the social media, they tell you how to speak to a woman, or like ask her these 5 questions. She's gonna fall in love with you. Ask her like be mysterious or whatever.
Questions.
You know, like if you ask her this, she's gonna fall in love with you. Now this is so stupid, and these cheesy pickup lines that you see like all the time. This like makes it like all for the all men's, like they're not natural anymore. Like whenever they're out, like, they're thinking about these things. Oh, if I said this, like they're starting to think too much about these things that they see,
right?
And then they are afraid to mess it up or not. Just be natural, you know. Just be yourself.
Yeah. No, the pickup line part is just like copy. Go to like a specific one or Instagram or dating apps. Copy paste. Let's see which one would be nice. Is she gonna react to this thing? Simping, like clear simping, and that's right. But no. My point that I really want to focus on it is the ideas right now. It's been out there, especially the part where how you should act as a man, or the dating apps or those kind of stuff. Specifically, the one that says, okay, you need to build your character. You need to sleep with 100 women, 200 women, and then you're gonna have the character, and you'll be ready to be choosing your partner. Like this is crazy. Like I see this extremely crazy. Yeah, might if you look at the full ideas that people represented that of this mindset. Yeah, you need to work on yourself. You need to work on your, let's say, how to mingle with people in general, right? And to choose the right person. But you're never gonna choose the right person while doing this kind of act. And if you did it, you're morally damaged, right? You're gonna stick to this life, and you're gonna keep doing it until you die, right? Unless something happened in your life, give you a reality check, and you just pull back from that. Then my question is now gonna be, where's the moral, right? And where is like masculinity in this? Masculinity is not damaging your moral. It's not damaging ladies, right? It's not being rude to them. Just be respectful all the time, right? And to be well represented, working on yourself, being polite to people, not to go there and just be rude and like just to act.
Well, that's the simping that's you mentioned earlier. Like if someone that has nothing to do in their life other than just chasing women, you know, like from this relationship to another relationship, from this girl to this girl to the other girl, they're just jumping here and there. This is so wrong. Like they have, of course, this person is going to be toxic as a man. Like you shouldn't be focusing on that. Like you don't need to jump between all these girls. Like. So the right way to find this right person, like first you need to focus on yourself, like be in a better position in life, like be a good person, like work on yourself, and then you're going to attract the right people. So if you find the right person, then you don't need to go through all these relationships.
And if you're already working on yourself, like that's what I like in the ideas of, like, let's say, if you work on yourself, like you just said, you attract the people around you because you already build your charisma. Right? You don't need to go out there and just prove to the world, oh, I already made it. I slept with 200 women and now I'm ready to get married or choose the right woman. Doesn't make sense, right? Like when you mentioned what is it? The dating coach? Like if somebody actually don't know how to speak or to represent himself or don't know how to convey his ideas to the other person, yeah, you can.
You're probably not doing anything in your life. Like, if you've been working around, if you be outside, if you be active, you definitely have experience. You will have experience to talk with people in general. Like this is not a big of deal, you know. Like of course, if you're sitting home all every day, you just behind the computer doing nothing, then you're gonna be like a freak and be creepy as well. And that's where is the other simping part too. Like when you are with someone, and that person like who is not interested to be with you, and you're sticking to that person, like you just keep pushing, you keep trying hard, like this is so stupid.
Yeah, and it's like you'll find this thing, you know. I'll give an example. Like you follow somebody randomly in Instagram, right? Start to like the first post of the first time the lady posted in Instagram, finishing from this part, going to the stories. Like. Okay, what are you gonna get from that? Like, you already damage your image. How that person would think in 1% that you are, let's say, you're like knows that you are valuable. If you're just doing that, like clear simping, obviously, right? And that's and that thing is being very normal. Like even in social life, let's say I saw a person like from a distance in a specific place or restaurant. I will go home and then search the restaurant, go to the like, goes to the following, just to find this specific person, right? And then I will do follow. Okay, you saw the person, you choose rather than go to the person, introduce yourself, like in the right way. You choose to go online, like searching for that person and follow them, right? What are you expecting from this? Right. I'm always curious about this. Like if I have like I always ask girls, what do you think about this act? Like how does this convey to you? Or how does this like how you react to that? And it's like all the time answer creepy, all the time.
No, I mean in general, what I see like on daily basis, it's people, they don't talk to each other like when you're in public, unless like you get involved into a situation. So you talk. But once you start in conversation with someone like in the public, it's kind of weird. Like, you know, everyone's on their phone, they're living their own world, and it's not common anymore like to have normal conversation outside.
It depends. Yeah, well. Yes, I would say this is not happening pretty often nowadays. But that's the fault on the people, not on the the chance. If you want to talk to someone, just go talk. Like, I don't think so. This is something wrong with that, even though if they're busy with their phones or whatever, like social media and those kind of stuff. But rather than being a simp, just go and talk. That doesn't mean that everybody needs to like you, or if you didn't get liked from a lady, that doesn't mean that you are a loser or something. No, you just go out there. That's natural. That's totally natural. Just go and talk. Like, I would really prefer the old school part rather than going to the social media, because it shows character. I see it personally. If I go randomly and spoke to a person, let's say I like a person, I'm just gonna go curious about that person. I'm just gonna go and introduce myself, right, in a proper way. But I mean, I prefer that rather than go to the social media, make myself in a position that's gonna look simp. Right?
It's not always like that. No, social media is good too. Social media is good to connect people. Like sometimes you meet people outside and then you just see them like in mutual friends or whatever. Like they just pop out. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't agree with that.
Like, what is you don't agree with it exactly? Like to add random people on Instagram?
Not random, but it's social media is good to connect people. I'm not saying against that too. But I would prefer honestly like to meet people in person as well. Like I believe is more natural, is more like you have a chance to introduce yourself at least. Sometimes like on social media it's very hard to be yourself. Like everyone can send chats or texts behind the screen.
You can. You know how?
Yeah.
To be fake. Just fake stuff. Right?
No, I mean it's easy to fake stuff for sure, but in person, like you can't fake anything. Like you are there with your personality, the way you talk. It's either you attract that person or not, and I believe it saves a lot of time. Let's say, for example, you talking with this person online for let's say a month or two, and then you don't know how this person sounds or how it looks like in person, and then you meet up with this person, and then you find out like, no, this is not a good match, or like there's, let's say, no chemistry, or there is no good energy. So I believe it's a waste of time. Like it's better in person because you will know right away. Like you will have your answer right away, and instead of waiting for a long time, let's say.
Right. Well, yeah. Again, like I said like earlier, I prefer the traditional way. Right. I see it for myself. It's more like you represent yourself better. Like I don't know, like from personally, I don't understand like the dating apps kind of things. I don't understand the how to go online, just go trying to text random ladies with like pickup lines and stuff. I don't find it something I can do it. Maybe there's a lot of people can do it, but not myself, right? And I'm not putting it as a wrong and right. Again, like I'm just want to be clear on this,
which is
not making it right and right. I'm only commenting on the simping part. This is going very excessive on the comments, very excessive on the likes, showing yourself you're less valuable. But like you mentioned, you can go online and talk to people, right? I just want to be very clear on this, because people think, okay, yeah, I met my wife. She's now my wife. I met her online, and we met each other, and we get married. All right, yeah, you worked for you. That's very good. But I'm only specifically targeting this kind of, like specifically that part, which is the simping, which is making yourself look worse. You're not giving value to yourself, right? You are showing that you are needy, right? Showing that you are desperate, going from one to another, right? And I know some friends, they got married by dating app, right? Like, but my personal thing, I don't prefer that thing, right? But some other people, they got successful in that. But again, it's just how you represent yourself, is get yourself in a good shape, in a good area.
I mean, by the end of the day, it's a personal reference. Like you like this, you don't like this, that's totally fine. That's the whole idea we came up with the social club thing for our events. So previously we talking about the nightclub thing. It's that's, I said like it's negative, or you might don't find the good people there. It was a very small thing to talk about, and that was not the point.
After the bad comment.
No, that was not the point. But we came up with a social club with the Code 96. Like we wanted to gather people together to have fun, have a good time, have a conversation as well. It's not just go there and you can't hear nothing, and you just, you know what? I don't like these concerts, or let's say, this faded in the park thing, or people who take things and they just go and jump in their place for 2 hours.
Is it called rave?
Rave thing.
Rave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this rave is never makes sense to me. Like I don't know what's the idea of it. I don't know if it's fun or not. I just, by looking at it, I
Have you
didn't
ever
like.
experienced it?
No.
All right. Yeah, same here.
No,
That's
yeah.
why. Like I ask people, like, what is rave? Like,
Yeah.
is it just music? Oh no, it's different kind of sounds, and people will focus on it. I don't
It's mainly the idea of it. What I've heard, like, is taking things. I don't know. It's not even alcohol. They're taking some different weird shit, and they just jump in their place for 2 3 hours, and then I don't know what's the fun of it. Like, how you gonna have a good conversation or talk with people? So that's why we came up with our idea about the social club. It's actual place. It's a good, like, it's designed like to be social. You can have a conversation. You can have like meet people actually.
Right.
Did not just
And
go.
we did meet a lot of good people there. Like, and
Yeah.
actually, like, I enjoyed having conversation with them and enjoying the whole vibes together, right? And it was very random. Like, you remember when we were there, and specifically, people know my name because when we put the ads on public, people were searching, like, knowing the person.
I think we are so behind of like knowing these parties because last week there been like a rodeo in Langley. Which I didn't know about until I think it's still on right now. I'm not sure, but I didn't know about it until like 2 days ago. I've seen people on social media, and that's why we noticed like the highway. It was kind of empty on the other side. It was like the traffic was towards to Langley in the weekends. Like it's obviously it was like this rodeo thing. It was a big thing. Everyone on social media was posting it.
I know about it today morning when you just mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
But I
It's
didn't even hear about
I'm telling you, we are so behind with these things. Like we don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah, but it depends on the cultural ways, right? Because what are you looking for? You'll find it. Like if there's a lot of people that are interested in that, so they'll just find it, right?
I see.
Now,
well, I say let's wrap this thing.
conclusion.
Let's wrap it up
Conclusions.
before we get in trouble or something.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Any trouble so far? Any troubles? You just everything is good. Awesome.
We're gonna give a shout out to Hussam, Julia, Ahmed, and Abu Najm, Aboud. Thank you for showing up and being here.
No, he have to because
You have to, right?
he have to. This guy is a commentator, right? I guess he just Anyway, well, hope everybody enjoyed this episode, and
We'll see you the next one.
like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you the next time. Ciao.